Vulgar Display of Power versus Far Beyond Driven, the two most highly ranked Pantera albums.
Yeah, Far Beyond Driven went to #1 on the Billboard charts.
Yeah, dude, they were
That's
huge.
crazy.
They were. It's just crazy to think that the '90s was a time where a metal album, like a pure metal album, could
Yeah.
be at the top of the charts,
Yeah,
man.
especially with grunge had taken over at this point.
Yeah,
Nirvana, Soundgarden, Pearl Jam, those were the bands of the early to mid 90s. And this comes right into that time period. And they took the world by storm for sure. I mean, you couldn't
mm-hmm.
get into somebody's like vehicle and they didn't have Pantera. That's of some sort.
Because it was. So what
It
was
was
it?
everywhere.
Cowboys was 88 or 90 or something. I gotta look at that real quick.
Cowboys was
90,
90. Yeah.
just 90.
And
Yeah,
then Vulgar was
92.
92. So Far Beyond
February
Driven,
25th, 92.
Far Beyond
And
Driven, 94.
March 22nd, 94.
Yeah,
Yes.
because they're going to
24,
tour.
6. And then what did they do? They did 96 was Great Southern Trendkill, but I think it was 2000 when their last album came out.
That sounds about right. Around the same
Whatever
time as
that
the
was.
Kiss farewell tour, quote unquote.
Which, and those two is kind of was going to be my pick, was like I want to do those and see which one the better is, because I know like it's like the worst of the best. All Pantera shit's pretty good, but
Yeah.
those two are like the ones that are like the least best, even though they're
Right.
still great. But anyways, yeah. So equal tracks, Vulgar Display of Power and Far Beyond Driven, because there's a cover at the end of Far Beyond Driven, and then there's Piss from, you said it's from the deluxe edition or something?
Deluxe edition, yeah. And when I saw that, I was like, okay, yeah, it works out. Cool. So I said, let's add Piss.
Let's add Piss.
Not to be confused with Kiss.
Join the debate, bring your own cup. Hard rockin' kings with a full plate. Heels and quads, you can't run late.
He's gonna piss.
He's gonna piss.
Oh, God. He's gonna fart.
Yeah, so yeah, it worked out. I was cool with it. And like we talked yesterday, because I started making the actual physical bracket, and we talked yesterday how we were going to do it once we move on into the second round and third round, so forth. Like as far as tracks not lining up, because they're not going to line up, and I'm not going to reseed everything. I'm just going in order. So we'll either cut the end of the album, which kind of sucks, or we could do like default this track wins or something.
Or
we'll
we just
figure
won't make
something
it.
out.
It just won't count in the because we can look at it from the overall album perspective. Does this one has 9 and this one has 12, but did they really need those extra 3 tracks?
Right.
Like were they that?
But a lot of what we found so far is the last track usually is pretty good fucking banger on a lot of these albums. So
these are. I mean, Piss is good, but Planet Caravan is a cover. So
yeah, but like we also said yesterday that if there's an instrumental, we could always take that off if it counts against. So, which I think
like one of those quick weird songs, like a minute of sounds or whatever.
You're done. You're done.
You're done. Okay, so anyways,
we're done.
Vulgar Display of Power. We got Mouth for War is the opening track, and Strength Beyond Strength is the opening track for Far Beyond Driven.
Is there anything else we need to know about these albums before we?
Same lineup. It's Phil.
All tracks other than the cover are written by the whole band. The whole band gets all the credit on every song, which is awesome. I really like that.
Terry Date produced both albums, which I think he produced most of Pantera's stuff, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it was their first collaboration was Cowboys from Hell, obviously, because the other albums were those are kind of shit. I mean, it's like hair metal.
They were they were hair bands.
But it just wasn't.
What was the original singer's name? Wasn't it like Terry Gate or something like that?
I gotta look at it real quick. Let me see. Power Metal. No, because Phil's on Power Metal. I Am the Night. Let's see. Terry Glaze. Good old Terry Glazed Bukkake. He's the boo cake.
Boo cake.
So anyway, okay. Vulgar Display. I think that's just about it. Yeah, Terry Date produced them. Same lineup. And just kind of like highly regarded as their top two albums. Vulgar and Far Beyond Driven are just kind of like the two. I mean, everybody knows Cowboys from Hell and that album. It's a good one, but like this is really when they were like peak Pantera, like just fucking going ape mid
Coming
90s.
off the success of Cowboys, and then
Yeah,
they really
yeah,
hit their
yeah.
stride. Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay, Mouth for War opens Vulgar Display of Power. Phil apparently he wrote that opening riff, the dig 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 dig, and then Dime came in and did the whan or whan or whan. He was talking about it in an interview I listened to the other day. He was like, yeah, that riff, I wrote that riff. I did that riff.
Phil actually can play an instrument.
I believe he can play instruments. Yeah,
That's
I
weird.
think he can. Yeah,
Because I don't think I've ever seen any videos of him ever like playing a guitar or anything.
Oh, in the studio, they're
right.
He might. That's a very easy dig,
right.
dig, dig, dig,
yeah.
dig.
He's just goofing around.
And then Dime's like, I can do some shit with that, brother. And then Dime just rips it up.
Dime turns into Uncle Terry.
Pretty much. That works for me, brother. But I'm gonna make it my own. It's an instant classic that every Pantera fan and most metal fans know. The bass is audible in this band, and that's a win for me. Riff change to close the song and a thrashy pace kind of feel. So they kind of like on both of these albums, they kind of have some hints of like I said before, groove metal is kind of like slowed down thrash in a way, or just like arranged a little differently. But yeah, so you get the hints of it here and there.
It has a definite certain vibe. A groove metal song.
More like when they say it's like you're not like da 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 da. You're just kind of like nodding your head,
something like that.
Strength Beyond Strength. My first Pantera album and only that I own. I actually only own Far Beyond Driven. I got it when I was like 12 or 13 for Christmas. Maybe even earlier, 10. Immediate pounding of the instruments. Love the breakdown-ish transition with the eighth note ride cymbal. Then the groove element comes back around as it slows and Phil gets the spotlight. Some synthy kind of guitar lead thing happening on top of the chuggy riff. It's a good opener. Very good opener.
Okay. My notes.
I'm going to say these aren't going to be my best notes I've ever taken. So
the notes on Vulgar are very good for me. On Far Beyond Driven, kind of pressed.
That's where I'm at, especially at the end of the albums here. Yeah.
And it's no knock towards Far Beyond Driven, but it was kind of all right, let's get through this. Mouth of War, heavy from get-go. Vinny's machine gun drums and Dimebag's excellent guitar skills get things kicked off. Almost a Velvet Revolver sound I got from this. I don't know if it was the chord progression or what it was, but it gave me that vibe. Another very underrated band, in my opinion, Velvet Revolver. Phil's vocals are very unique. Pantera's sound overall is unique. Like a knife into flesh after it's to death. Great fucking lyric. And then gotta scroll down because
I know he wrote like 99% of the lyrics. I'm pretty sure.
Which makes sense.
I think that's why the credits he's on everything because he did do that.
Which is good.
Yeah.
And then everybody kind of wrote their own lines as far as the music goes.
Yeah.
Strength Beyond Strength, out of the gate, in your face mosher, groovy song with a massive scream right in the middle. Dime almost with a jackal chainsaw guitar effect. And great opener. I don't know if you caught that, but that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, dude. Dime did it all, man. I really like Strength Beyond Strength, but I think I have to go Mouth for War because it's Mouth for War. Just
is it Mouth for War or Mouth of War?
Mouth. Is it? Which one is it?
Because I typed of
War. Yeah, for War.
It's for okay. My bad. I made a mistake. I'm sorry.
Okay. It didn't even have to see the light of day. It didn't, and you made it. So, okay.
Yeah, I'm good with that. Yeah, I really dug that song.
It's a good one. A New Level versus Becoming. A New Level is apparently one of their favorite songs to play live. Very death metal with the use of chromatic. This is A New Level. Very death metal with the use of chromatic notes in the intro. Also hardcore. Must be fun to play live because everybody has to be headbanging. Very much showing that groove metal feel off. Slower tempo banger. Another lead with bass playing rhythm. Diamond is left to shred us into one more chorus. That's another thing that Pantera does, and I've noted it throughout the album. I'm going to say it over and over again. But they play, like when Dime is playing his solo, Rex is just playing the guitar part on bass because they wanted to give that live feel for the album.
I make a note of that
cool.
too.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I like that a lot. Becoming, the whammy pedal shows up here. That riff would pave the way for modern metal, the chugging and using a wham to shoot up like a lot of octaves. I put a few octaves more than a few. Love the solo, having just bass and drums behind it. That is Pantera's thing. Bass was a proper rhythm instrument. Sweet double bass outro. That boom boom wham. Like if you listen to any kind of like modern progressive or gent or whatever you want to call it, like there's a lot of that. It happens a lot. So you're dead.
You're dead. Is that your notes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
A new level. Nice chug. Love Vinny on the drums. Love Vinny on this. Drums get heavy right before the that's right. Then a ripping solo from Dimebag. I say ripping solo a lot. Almost an Ace Frehley, Eddie Van Halen hybrid sound on the solo. Getting very Rage Against the Machine vibes from this song. It's never a bad thing to be compared to another great band, kids.
Mm-hmm.
And then Becoming. Another ripper. Love Vinny's drums on this one. I can see you, fuck you, inside of you. Love that line. Those are my notes from that one. Like
cool.
I said, it's very chintzy on the Far Beyond Driven notes. Not that I don't like the songs. Just...
No. This one, it's a bit of a tougher one because I like both songs and they are both of kind of a similar. I don't know. They both have their feels to them. A New Level is just like that and then like I can just see it just getting wild, you know, and then Becoming, you know, like Becoming. I don't know, man. I think I like A New Level better. I don't know. What do you think?
I'm with you.
Okay, cool. Let's call it. All right, and then Walk and 5 Minutes Alone.
This is the first time I've ever heard the song Walk.
Never heard it really? Before. Wow. That's hard to fucking believe.
Being fucking facetious as fuck here, folks.
Yeah. Walk. One of those songs that everyone knows. Very much fuck you, I'll kick your ass kind of vibe.
Mm-hmm.
Such a simple riff that was huge and inspirational. When I saw Super Joint Ritual live at George's, Phil's one of his many projects, they did a little snippet, just the guitars to dun, 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 and then he let the crowd sing, "Are you talking to me?"
Everybody took out their dicks and started jerking it.
Yeah, mostly. Yeah. Solo over the bass, as usual. Bass is so thick, and I love it. Love how the bass and drums kick the riff in when the guitar comes back around to the bendy riff. I just love that, like, he's slowly thudding on the bass and then it picks up.
He's just flicking the bean a little bit.
He's just flicking the bean, man. That's it. 5 Minutes Alone. Immediate jam. One of those Pantera riffs that have been used by other bands, or at least sounded familiar upon first listen. Dime's transition lick is sweet. Listening to these two albums just shows how inspirational these guys are to modern metal and everything that followed. Bridge made of the bridge is made of the transition lick that I mentioned. And then solo over Rex's bass never disappoints. Breakdown is sweet, and I can see the pit going nuts. Phil aggro outro.
I just love these videos of watching us try to learn how to read. It never gets old.
Yeah, trying how to read our own writing or text.
Yeah. All right. So Walk. Frog. Walk.
Walk.
Here we go. Not going to say a lot about this song. If you don't know it, what? Do you live under a fucking rock? Great pump up song for the gym, though. Kicks you in the ass, but also makes you sing along.
You don't need to say much about Walk.
No. Like, I mean, come on. 5 minutes alone.
5 minutes alone.
Love the intro so far. Phil's vocals on this album are super aggressive. Just give us 5 minutes alone as something said universal. Putting it into a song is a great way to capitalize. Love the bass riff during the solo. Something I don't catch as much on other songs because it's so far under it, but I know it's there. You know what I mean?
Because there's a rhythm guitar, a lead guitar, and then a bass.
But here it was audible for the first time really paying attention. And nice breakdown after the solo.
Yeah, very similar notes there.
Yeah.
Man, here's the thing. I've heard Walk a lot, and I really want to give some love to 5 minutes alone because it's a fucking cool song, man.
And you know what? I'm cool with going against the common, census on this. And I'm not saying that I don't like Walk. I'd never skip it.
Walk. Yeah.
I don't think I would ever skip that song. No. But it's played a lot.
I've heard it enough, man.
And there's a lot of covers of it. A lot of bands and covers of it.
Yeah. It gets credit. Like it should win by default, but 5 minutes alone is a cool song. Man.
Here, I can't give it the win here. I'm with you. I don't know what it is. I just don't want to give it the win.
Just 5 minutes alone.
Yeah.
And then a lot of these tracks, like sometimes I just like one better than the other because of Dime and Rex's the guitar and the bass, just the tones that they got. I fucking love.
Yeah.
Like Dimebag's guitar sounds like he's like lower tuned than what he is, but it's just standard or D standard. Like he's not super low. It just
I was gonna say, is he tuned down half a step? Because
there's some that are it's E half a step and then D.
Because I wondered that because I got a lot of that Ace Frehley Kiss vibe, and I know was a huge fan of Kiss. I mean, he was buried in the Kiss casket for Christ's sake. But I got a lot of those tones in his guitar.
Yeah. I think maybe that's where it comes from, man. Because I don't know, they just have these. I don't know, they're tones, dude. Rex's bass is so thick and chunky, and Dime's guitar just has this like weird mid scoop going on. That's just perfect. But anyways, fucking hostile versus I'm broken.
Not to be confused with the sappy I'm broken song that came out, or broken.
I'm broken. I just want to see you smile.
Who was that? Seether featuring Amy Lee.
Yeah, Seether. I like some Seether stuff, man, but that one was played way too much on MTV, Fuse, VH1, all the and I just want to smell you.
All
right. Fucking hostile. A little less groove and a little more thrash. Fast and aggressive as fuck. Solo is actually double tracked over rhythm guitar here. They usually did just bass for the live feel, just so you know. I've mentioned it a few times now. Chorus is fool or chorus is cool and has a great hook. Fucking hostile. That's what I wrote. And then I'm broken. This is definitely a riff that's been ripped off many times. And I know I've heard it on wrestling. That's part of my notes. But I know I've down to the down. Like I know this riff, man. Yeah. I learned it on guitar and bass as well, just recently.
It's very Led Zeppelin-y.
With a different, you put it in I didn't even think of that. It's totally Led Zeppelin, dude.
Maybe that's what I'm here for.
Yeah. All thick, chunky riffs here. That bass, too. Dime rips a nice solo. Love the evolved riff as well. That follows the main one. All the hammer-ons and pull-offs you could ever want here. That's it. Bow now down to the lead.
Baby, 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 bum, 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 bum. Fucking hostile or hostile, however you want to say it. It starts well, fucking hostile. Fasten in your face. Would not recommend this driving on the interstate unless you have a fucking death wish. Between the need for speed, air drumming, air guitar, and headbanging is a deadly combo. Shredding guitar solo and machine gun drums. Those are my best fucking lines for these, or best adjectives.
Accurate.
Needs the word fucking 16 to 17 more times, though, in my critical opinion. Yeah, I'm broken. Classic intro, wherever you get it from, whatever band, whatever, whoever came up with it first, whatever.
Okay.
And another one, if you remotely listened to music in the 90s, you knew this song. It was everywhere. You're broken. I'm broken. Another great solo from Dime. Broken. So far, not a bad thing to say about this band.
Cool. I like that. Now
that fucking riff's gonna be stuck in my head for the rest of the day.
Now I can't even think of. Okay, I got it back.
Yeah, you're thinking of what I was doing.
I was thinking of the Zeppelin one. I know the riff's been played like fucking Hostile is a great song, but I just like I'm Broken a lot. I like it.
I like both of them possibly equally, so I'm good with either one.
Oof, that's tough. Now you're gonna put it in my hands. Fucking Hostile.
It's your fucking albums, dude.
I want I'm Broken, dude. I'm Broken wins. That's it.
Okay.
It's just chunky, dude. It's so thick and chunky. I like the thrash songs, man, but
chunky
I'm here
and
for
funky
the
like a monkey. A funky groove to fuck to.
Yeah, dude. And then This Love. And
now you get this love.
Dun, 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 dun. And then Good Friends and a Bottle of Pills. This Love, slow Pantera song, the ballad of the album, if you will.
I did hit record, right? Yeah. Okay.
God, I was like, please tell me. I don't want to do it again. I don't want to do it again.
Sorry to scare you.
The ballad of the album, if you will. Back when Phil's voice wasn't shot. Love the little arrangement after the chorus, number 2, I believe. Then a nice breakdown. These guys really pioneered this shit, along with some other 90s bands. Another double-tracked solo. Again, I only mentioned because of the bass and the live feel thing. Chorus and another...
mention it again.
Yeah. Chorus and another breakdown after that. This time in halftime to help close the song as the picked line comes back in. This Love's a pretty cool song. Good Friends and a Bottle of Pills. Bass and Vinny. Dime using some effects and guitar techniques, making this song raw as fuck. F-U-K.
Ooh.
It's mostly, that's raw, dude.
The metal way to spell fuck.
It's mostly Rex and Vinny doing their thing while Phil talks shit and Dime has some stuff going in the background.
I was gonna ask you that before I get to my notes. So I noticed on Vulgar Display Power, Phil's vocals are very singy. Singy, like it's more. There's more harmony. There's more actual singing. Far Beyond Driven, a lot more screaming, a lot more growly.
He's far beyond driven. You know?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I assume that's what it was.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to ask you about that because I noticed it because like when I listened to Vulgar yesterday, I was like, dude, this fucking album rips. Like for real.
Yeah, it really does, man.
And then when I listened to Far Beyond Driven, I was like, this is like a different band almost. I mean, the musically it's the same.
Yeah.
But like his vocals are a little different. I mean, and it's not bad. I don't hate it. It's just different.
No. Now that you say it, I kind of notice it a little more, but there's definitely a lot more Phil aggression.
Right up the crack, dude.
It was like shit. There's a lot more Phil aggression going on, and
he's mad,
driven.
Dude. He's so pissed. Fucking pissed.
He's been driven, man, farther than beyond.
Yeah.
So, yeah. No, now that you say that, that does make a lot of sense.
He's beyond driven far.
There's definitely some like on the Vulgar album,
but like Far Beyond, it's like almost like aggressive punk.
Yeah.
It's and then it gets little emo-y, gothy kind of vibes, like a lot.
It gets different at the end too.
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah. I'll get to my notes now, so I don't give anything away, really. But I feel like I'm giving stuff away. This
For
love,
free.
yeah, for free with what was it? Education connected, get connected for free. Remember that commercial?
Yeah, I do.
Cartoon Network, Adult Swim.
Yeah.
This love, as always, I have to mention the Beavis and Butthead version. Oh, what's that, Pantera? Is Daddy's little girl upset? Always love that when Beavis says that during this video. One of the more well-known songs from a band that has such a hardcore fan base. Love the breakdowns. It starts slow, but when it kicks, you fucking feel it. Then it goes hard and slows down again, and you get a clearly Ace Frehley, Ace, inspired solo from Dime. Love that, obviously. Then another chorus. Seriously, love the song structure. A bona fide classic. The scream at the end, followed by Phil simply saying the word hope. So cool. All right. Good friends and a bottle of pills. Bass. I hear it like full on in the beginning. Fucked up song. Uncomfortable listen with kids in the house. Luckily, they all have headphones on. A lot of screaming. Song comes to almost a complete stop. This one kind of skippable for me.
It's definitely just a very like slow and drudgy song. Like Phil, like clearly talking about drug issues, probably because he was, it was well known that he had some issues in the 90s.
I think this is the only one that I was like kind of actually a lot critical because I was just like, it's just weird. I mean, now had I been, 16 and we were doing this, I would have fucking been like, yeah, fuck it. Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Fuck it, dude.
Yeah, dude. Hold on, let me hang this up. I'm good with this love, by the way. Yeah. That's cool. Good Friends and a Bottle of Pills it's kind of like if you're in that place, good listen. Great. It's not a terrible song, but it is just very dark and like,
And this love is just kind of
it's a cool and
it's a just, rocker, but it's you can play it with your chick around or whatever, and
it's a ballad that's
hard.
Yeah, it's a Pantera ballad. Yeah, man. It's a cool song. Okay. And then Rise from Vulgar versus Hard Lines Sunken Cheeks. That's what I thought it said Hard Lives. Rise. Fast, aggressive Pantera intro. There is those breaks and instruments again while Vinny and Phil let loose. Remembering all the little nuances in these songs have to be hard. There are so many little twists and turns that fit right in, but damn it has to be easy to forget. Damn it. Has to be easy to forget all the little nuances. Another lovely solo over bass and drums.
Can you say that again?
Well, it's for the live feel.
Yeah, right.
This solo is a major ripper, followed by some interesting staccato drum and guitar. Rise! And then Hard Line Sunken Cheeks. Here comes the dime pinch harmonics. Thick-ass bass thudding and ringing behind it because it's for that live feel. No, I didn't write that part, but thick-ass bass thudding and ringing behind it. Heavy as shit chug riffs here. Dime has the sliding thing down to a point that it's hard to play. Vinny pioneered that clicky double bass. It just kind of dawned on me. That clicky double bass that is now sampled in just about every metal song because it's dope. They knew to just keep rhythm and let Dime do his fucking thing. It's kind of hard to read, but yeah, that's a very, that's another, there's just so many things listening to these back to back that I'm like, oh my God, that's that. Like it's all in modern metal. There's so much shit that they started for stuff now. So it's pretty cool hearing the roots of it. Them and many other bands. I'm not saying Pantera is solely responsible. I'm just saying a lot of bands around that time, especially Pantera, because everybody loved them, pioneered that sound.
They were the top tier, of popularity.
Right. They were the Metallica of that kind of genre, I guess.
Yeah.
The more harder, aggressive shit.
They were the Metallica of the 90s. Even though Metallica was still around, obviously they're still around, but you know what I mean.
They were, they were that popular. That's how it was.
Rise. Holy fuck, can you guys give me a second? Almost spilt my coffee. Heavy metal, Saturday night's all right for fighting. That's the fucking chord progression in the song. Heavy metal anthem, it's time to rise, rise. Definitely a fist pumping mosh song. How many people lost a tooth to this song? Chime in the comments. Killer Solo from Dime. And Hardline Sunken Cheeks. Another familiar riff. Song picks up with the verse. Love the riff. Hangover and inspiration. What? I don't fucking think so. More excellent drumming here. Groovy solo. Little long. So I was a little critical. Because it's like 7 minutes and 6 seconds or something.
Oh, the
like
Sunken
that.
Cheeks one?
Yeah, it was a little long. I mean, not that it was bad. It was just long.
So...
And we found out here doing this that we're not a big fan of long songs.
Just certain ones, man. Like Tool, I can listen to, but it's like because you're kind of going on a little bit of a trip when you're listening.
Yeah,
to
you got a lot going on in your head when
yeah,
you're listening to Tool.
you're in your mind.
There's a lot
things.
to fucking digest.
Yeah. It's tough, man, because even though Hardline Sunken Cheeks is a bit long, I do really like it. Just because it's just, you know, but Rise also just has that aggressive, like that's Pantera. Rise is like that's Pantera.
I like that it's a fucking anthem like that.
Yeah. So I mean, it's kind of like it's kind of like those two different styles, you know, like you get that Rise is just super aggressive, which is kind of opposite of what you said earlier. Phil's not so much singing; he's just Rise, and then Hardline Sunken Cheeks is kind of that slower, more groovy.
I was just saying, there's more songs on Vulgar that he's singing more than he's aggressive.
I gotcha. I don't know, man. It's tough because there's a reason why I wrote all that down about the little nuances. Rise just has all those little things happening. So I don't know. I'm gonna leave it up to you. Rise or Hardline Sunken Cheeks?
I personally like Rise, but I feel like if we keep going with what I say, it's gonna be a runaway.
Okay.
Let's give it to Sunken Cheeks.
Okay, Sunken Cheeks.
Just because
Hard Lines and Sunken Cheeks.
Yeah. Well, I was just
lines as well.
Yeah.
I know what you're doing.
Yeah. I was just trying to shorten it up because the song's not long enough.
No, of course not. Okay. And then No Good Attack the Radical from Vulgar versus Slaughtered.
Not to be confused with the band Slaughter.
Not to be confused with Fire Hose. Or Firehouse.
Finally found the love of a lifetime.
Oh, God.
Listen to them later. Fire Hose. That sounds like the name of my band.
Yeah. Okay. No Good Attack the Radical. Dime's guitar tone is so fucking sick with the riffs he plays. Fire Hose, man. Fire Hose.
Sorry. I gotta get the giggles out.
Dime's guitar tone is so fucking sick with the riffs he plays. Heavy bass always thudding along. I want to learn this song. Phil has the almost rap-paced lyrics during the bass verse and continuing into the verse with the guitar. This is a fucking dope Pantera song I never knew until now. And another sick solo over Rex. Rex's bass tone is to die for. Goddamn, this song is cool. I was just
because they were testing it for it being live.
Yeah, of course. I wrote it on like every
You've been
track,
so
dude.
busy this weekend, like you probably didn't even realize you were doing it.
Like, yeah, it's for the live feel, man. I mean, they're clearly doing it for the live feel. But I don't know. As I was listening to it, I must have really been like liking it more and more. I think it's a cool fucking song.
Yeah.
And then Slaughtered, yet another groove/arrangement I've heard from other bands. A widely used style of syncopated drum, guitar, and bass. A banger of a song. Phil's really using that scream in this one. Sweet bridge chugs leads into this lead that fits so
you
well.
Take this lead.
Oh my God. Sweet bridge chugs leads into this lead that fits into the key, something I do myself. So whatever I meant by that.
Whatever you
dude.
mean by that, Hey, dude, whatever, dude.
Hey, dude. Yeah, dude.
I think it's time you start typing your notes out, bud.
I know, man. Because I gotta listen to this now and be like, what the fuck was I talking about?
Poison the well in the lead.
Poison. Okay,
Fuck.
now I understand. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
That's my notes, but you're
Okay.
You're good. You're good.
I'm like, is he trying to figure it out and gonna tell us about how they were testing it out for the live field?
Oh fuck!
As far as handwriting your notes, you're done.
You're done. You're done.
You're done. Jesus Christ! I can't even fucking stop laughing long enough to
I
fucking
wanna
read
read
it. My
it
face
again,
fucking
dude.
hurts.
What does this say again? Let me read this again.
Something the well into the lead and the well to the lead. Chug.
Hold on. Sweet Bridge. Sweet Bridge.
If you ever listen to this while you're drinking, like take a shot every time Levi says the same line twice.
Sweet Bridge chugs leads into this lead that fits so well in the key, something I do myself. Oh, so I see what I was saying there. Something the sweet bridge chugs, it leads into this other lead I was talking about that fits so well in the key, and it's something I do myself.
See, when you slow it down and you thought about what you wrote, it makes a little more sense.
Yeah.
But at first,
it kind
like,
of does.
It kind of does, but
to the average
really.
listener, it doesn't make sense.
It makes no sense.
Poison the well. There's a lead and there's a line.
Take this lead.
You take this lead. Lead.
Right. No Good, Attack the Radical. Feels like Epic by Faith No More. That maybe the groovy, like kind of funky sound.
Yeah.
And then
it definitely has that, yeah.
And then, oh wait, no, this is clearly Pantera. It's just a cool thing in the verse that Phil is doing. A very stand up for what you believe in, fight the establishment song. Of course, another excellent song by another tight band. Right. Slaughtered. Double bass drumming kicks so much ass.
Not to be confused with Fire Hose.
Not to be confused with Fire Hose. Double bass drumming kicks so much ass in this one. Teenage angst is a real thing in this song. A return to screaming, then singing, a good back and forth. So this is one I noted that he did kind of more of a vulgar thing.
Okay. I mean, I remember listening to it, and it was my first time hearing it. But the No Good Attack the Radical is it's a really.
I
cool
fucking
song,
love that song.
I think
dude.
it's a fucking.
I really
song.
like that one. God, my face fucking hurts.
And I know Slaughtered is like one of their songs, like it's on live sets, and it's a great Pantera song. But I really up against No Good Attack the Radical. That's a cool fucking song. Like you said, anti-establishment, just like
it went with what I said earlier about they kind of sounded a little like Rage. Like I got that vibe here again, but more of the epic Faith No More.
Mm-hmm.
Just
that funky groovy, kind of vibe and groove. Yeah, totally. I'm good with that track. That's a good one. Yeah. All right. Cool. So we can agree on that. No Good Attack the Radical. Okay. Live in a wait a second.
What?
Okay, for some reason I wrote live in a hole, like the whole thing, but it's live in a hole,
in
like
a hole.
Hole in the ground.
Your asshole.
Yeah.
Or the band hole.
Not like live in the whole thing.
Yeah.
Live in a hole versus 25 years. Live in a hole. Triplet chugs in the intro. Makes it feel a little off, but it fits right in. A little bit of wow, wow, wow going on the lead lick at the start. Very Texas Southern feel to it, maybe even bluesy as Phil spouts lyrics during verse breaks. Kind of like that, I don't know, kind of like that bluesy thing where it's like just kind of that little, but it's got a very Southern feel to it, like Texas. You can tell they're Texas guys.
ZZ Top kind of sound.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
How.
But he
down in this Texas town.
Kind of a drunkard's ballad, one from Texas, of course. The bridge lick is sweet with the wow 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 solo over bass and drums. Double times two, I guess. I don't know. Solo over the bass and drums time. Oh yeah, there was the solo and then the little bridgy thing and then another solo over the bass and drums, of course, for the live feel. Yeah. Anyways, 25 years, 80s metal feel in the intro riff for sure. Break gives Vinny some spot. The music breaks give Vinny some spotlight to go nuts on toms and cymbals, which I really like. Not that he needs it, because he stands out always. Kind of an off kilter track that keeps you listening and keeps your head nodding. There was some interesting time stuff going on here, too. At least it felt that way. Love the outro / ending riff as it picks up and slows down on drums, quarter notes to eighth notes to quarter notes to eighth notes. That was a pretty cool little. It was definitely a little off kilter, but I really liked it. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, live in a hole, like your butthole. Different intro, like you said, with the triple. Is that a talk box? I hear
that's what I was looking for. Yeah, that's exactly what I was looking for. My mind couldn't find the words.
Hell yes. Again, love the song structure of this one. Takes you on a roller coaster you want to be on. Guitar solo and its backing drums, a different sound that you don't get from other bands around this time period. Bass feels heavier in this track as opposed to getting drowned out sometimes. 25 years. I was doing something during this, so there was a lot going on. Dime is all about some riffage. Love this one. Jungle drums, like you were talking about with the toms and everything.
Yeah.
Reminded me a lot of Peter Criss, which Vinnie Paul, again, they're brothers. They're huge Kiss fans. Makes sense because Peter did that a lot. I get the frustration with the old man. So much fucking anger. All right, that's my notes.
I'm having to recap them because it's kind of a good like
this is a good
song here. Let me go back to Vulgar here. Let's hear "Live in a Hole" again because I like that that triplet intro, triplet on guitar, normal time on drums. I don't know, man. I like "Live in a Hole" for the Southern feel, but dude, I don't know. 25 years is a pretty cool fucking song.
It's pretty cool, yeah.
And it's just
and I have daddy issues too, so I get it.
Yeah, we can do that. Let's do 25 years. I have daddy issues too.
Yeah.
Just for the daddy issues, Phil. It's for you, Philip.
It's for you, Philip. Felipe.
Okay. Regular people, concite, versus shedding skin. Regular people. Thrashy riff over quarter note drums creates that groove feel. Yeah. When you're chugging along eighth and 16th notes on guitar and the drums are playing quarters, it just gives it that kind of that groove feel. That's exactly what I said. Wow. Vinny's toms and kick rolls are so fucking sick. I don't dislike the song, but I start to check out a bit here, so I can see myself listening as Tommy talks. Okay. I can see myself listening as Tommy talks his opinions. Interesting stuff.
Not listening to me, listening to the songs 98% of the time we do this.
Yeah. It's
fine.
Interesting stuff happening on the bridge / solo part.
As long as somebody listens or watches and hears my opinions, I'm fine with you not hearing it.
Well, no, I'm listening to you in one ear and I'm listening to the track in this ear. But I'm
being a dick.
It's weird.
I'm trying to get that live feel.
Well, yeah, you have to. Yeah. I played this while I was outside digging, and I was like, "Oh, that's a cool fucking track." And then I guess I came in and listened to it, and I was like, "I don't know, I'm checking out." Maybe it's just me checking out.
It might have been, just the heat, and you'd already heard it once, and then you're like, you think you want another listen right away, and you really don't.
You don't, yeah. But I'll be listening while you're talking, and listening to you at the same time for the live feel.
Sure.
Shedding skin, syncopated guitar and drum intro. Sweet chugs. I can see why this one has 10,680,200 listens on Spotify. Very catchy. Very catchy, and the chorus has a good hooky feel to it. Phil screams as Dime does that bendy lick. The almost whispered verses add to the feel of this skin shedding that is happening. A new riff comes around as a bridge type thing, leading into another aggro bridge type thing. Solo and bass, bone ski.
Bone
ski.
Regular P-Opal.
P-Opal. Conceit. Concite. Concite.
Cool intro into a chug-a-lug. It's a word we love around these parts. Makes me want to listen to Pantera more. Again, a band I listened to a lot as a teen, not so much in my 20s, but definitely need more of it in my 30s. Not that I ever didn't like them, just not my personal heavy rotation band. And any streetwise son of a bitch knows, don't fuck with this. Love that line. Makes you either want to fight or fuck. Phil's voice, while tough, also can be comforting in certain parts. Breakdown, back into Chug-a-Lug, back to the chorus. Nice touch. Outro heavy as fuck. You're done.
Oh,
don't look at me while I'm shedding my skin. Shedding skin. Love the almost brooding vocals on this one. And with the riff and drumming, a well-constructed song. I love that line. It's almost like getting a live feel. That all the pieces flow together. Like the pickup of pace, as Phil says, it's harder, it's stronger, then it picks up again. Another solo I absolutely love, which is obvious because Dimebag Darrell is one of the greatest of all time.
Yeah,
I'll say that.
I don't know. This is kind of a tough one because I really like the Regular People thing, just kind of like another like fuck the system type song, and just. But Shedding Skin is a pretty like I do get why it has 10 million listens because it's a pretty cool fucking
It's a pretty cool fucking song. I'm good either way. I like them both.
I'm gonna Shedding Skin it, man, because
I gave shed your skin.
I'm gonna shed my skin
what
right
are you,
about now.
What do you think you are, Randy Orton? You think you're a snake?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Don't talk to me. Wow, diddly-doo.
Diddly-doo, diddly-doo, diddly-doo.
By Demons Be Driven versus Use
Not to be confused with Far Beyond Driven.
Not to be confused with that. By Demons Be Driven. These last three tracks are really where I was just kind of skimming through. So they're going to be very like, I don't know. Dimes, slides, and bends. Syncopated chugs and drums. Cool Southern riff. Another song that kind of shows their background or location in a way. There is some twang mixed in there. Lots of squealies from Dime as well. Wee, wee, wee.
That's a lot of twang.
That's a lot of twang. And then Use My Third Arm. He's talking about his penis.
It's about his dick.
In case you didn't know, he's talking about his penis. That's actually my first note. There's not a lot on this one. Phil definitely has Hogman energy. I love these bass sticks. I love the bass sticks in the midst of the verse riff. I think it's bass sticks. I guess like there's some jig, some little staccato with the bass. That's all my notes, man, on those.
Okay.
It's not much.
By Demons Be Driven. Heavy metal love gun. Love the cat squeals on guitar. It sounds like a fucking cat. Becking the Call or Breaking the Law. Very similar the ways Becking the Call. Sounds just like Breaking the Law. Drum fill before the solo rules. I don't remember it offhand, but there was a drum fill right before solo, and I thought it ruled. Squealing guitar solo from Dime. A lot going on. Almost feel like Rex's bass is overpowered under the solo, but he and Vinny quite possibly are that in tune with each other. And he, like you said, he also plays with the guitar. So that makes sense now. And I'm glad I wasn't the only person that noticed that.
Yeah.
Use My Third Arm. Speed. So aggressive, but in a good way. The difference in these two albums blows my mind. Cool breakdown before half-assed for most his life. There was a breakdown before that, and apparently I thought it was really cool and thought I needed to take a note. So
your notes are getting like mine now.
Yeah.
I'm trying to pick here, man. It's tough because with me not like just kind of by this point, I'm like, all right, I just need to get it done so we can bang this episode out. And I hate for it to be that way because I liked all the songs.
Like, and just my thinking, but based on my notes, I know that the By Demons Be Driven, there's a lot more, but I also compared it to two different classic rock songs. So I feel like that kind of hurts that one.
Okay. Yeah. You might make a good point there.
And then
Third
because
Arm.
Use My Third Arm is like speed, aggressive. There's a difference in the two albums, a cool breakdown. I went out of my way to pick a line out of the song.
I think Use My Third Arm is fair, dude, because he's talking about his dick, and it's
Yeah,
really aggressive.
which is funny because in the other one I said Heavy Metal Love Gun,
Yeah.
so they match up well.
And then it gets this
songs
like
about dicks.
It's got this like groovy breakdown
Yeah.
bridge going on. Yeah, we can use My Third Arm, man, because it's just I don't know if there's any of them that like by Demons Be Driven. Yeah, it's a cool track, but you're right, it does have kind of that. I don't know. It's a southern classic
not
rock.
so much the Love Gun part, but the Beck in the Call, Breaking the Law part really kind of turns me off, honestly.
Okay.
No offense to Pantera fucking diehards, but that's my personal fucking opinion.
By Demons Be Driven is the best.
Dude, are you fucking kidding, brah?
Are you kidding, brah?
Shaka, brah. Hey, sit down. You're done.
You're done. Okay. Let's see. Hollow versus what is that? Throes of Rejection?
I was hoping you would know because when I saw it and when I typed it out, I was like, there's no way that's a word. Throes of Rejection.
Throes of Rejection. Yeah,
that's what I'm going with. What does throes mean spelled that way? Do you know?
I don't know. Let's check it out real quick.
Check it out. And if anybody knows and it's like obvious, we're sorry for being dumb. We can't even read.
Intense or violent pain and struggle, especially accompanying birth, death, or great change.
Well, now it all makes fucking sense.
So it's just very bad pain because he's got rejected.
It's very Pantera.
It is very much Pantera. Okay. Wait, what is first? It's Vulgar is first. Hollow. The Ballad of a Vulgar Display of Power. Phil really could sing back then. Hence his work with Down. Maybe that was after, though. Riff change leads to the Pantera heavy shit and the second half of the song. Thrashy riff kind of mixed in there. Love the downward note trend. And it's a pretty cool track actually. Will listen again. So I clearly liked that one. And it's just like, I know it was fresh on my mind 30 minutes ago, an hour ago, but it's gone now. Throes of Rejection, which is a violent pain, such as something that happens when you're given birth, death, or like, stuff. Cool intro. Weird cool. Things start getting weird. Can you hear that?
I heard that.
A fucking vacuum right now. Are you serious?
Come on, Mariah.
I'm telling you, it's about to be some domestic violence up in this bitch. I'm gonna
allegedly.
I'm gonna tell her she's about to get some throws going on.
I'm turning off my phone after this, so I don't have to hear about it.
Yeah. Things start getting weird towards the end here of the album. That is. Love the chuggy riff, solo over bass. But the bends at the end are dope. Yet another piece of metal still widely used today. Oh, the bow. That's another one of those, like, it's in a lot of metal nowadays because it's cool. But the bow, the real like long bendy shit, man. That was Throes of Rejection, and I already did Hollow. Yeah, so I'm good.
All right, Hollow. Get your lighters out and let's slow it down for the ladies and me. Love the opening and Phil's vocals are fucking excellent. Very Nothing Else Matters. Almost bluesy, really awesome track. Love the sound overall, but again, Dime's guitar is so overwhelmingly good that it's hard to pay attention to anything else at times. Like two different songs as it picks up, I'm always a fan of that. Like, boom, let's get it going. If we weren't adding piss, this is an excellent end to a great record. Which we are adding piss. Throes of Rejection. Cool opening, drums and bass. Then the guitar comes in. Cool song. Love the combo of screaming, rejection. The way the music complements the scream is excellent. That was jumbled as fuck. I was clearly in a hurry.
Yeah. I do like that open on Throes of Rejection.
Yeah.
Let's get about halfway and see what I think here. I mean, it's a cool song. It's a Pantera song, man. It's
Yeah,
cool.
Hollow's tough to beat though. That's
Hollow's.
I
mean,
really
I gotta
like
go
that
Hollow,
song.
dude.
Yeah,
I
I
think Hollow's
really fucking dug that song.
yeah, it's a cool because it's like this love of that album, or there's already this love on that album, right?
Yeah,
So there's two ballads.
yeah. I mean,
There's
this
n-
love is a little harder. It's a
Yeah,
little heavier.
Hollow is just it's got a lot of cool stuff going
But
on.
I did note
man.
bluesy here, so there's a lot of
Yeah.
bluesy riff shit going on. Vulgar.
Yeah. Okay. All right, dude. And I didn't take notes for Planet Caravan because it's a cover, so I've heard it.
Mine are very simple.
Okay. So we got Piss versus Planet Caravan, which is cool Black Sabbath song. Planet Caravan leads into like what does it lead into with Sabbath? It's like the start of it kind of leads into like Iron Man or so I'll have to look, but anyways.
I'm looking it up right now. Go ahead and I'll let you know.
Okay. Piss is bouncy chugs to open, then Dime starts leading all over. Leading all yeah, okay.
I don't know, man. I can't
chugs
read your notes.
Bouncy chugs open, and then Dime starts leading all over the place. Then another change to a more groove-oriented jam. That is the
No,
verse.
you're right. It's in between Paranoid and Iron Man.
Okay, so it kind of like leads into that.
Yeah.
Bouncy riff comes back for the chorus. The lead. Come on, dude. The lead.
Come on, dude.
The lead the lead is you can really hear the bass playing the same or similar lick. Yeah, the lead. Bouncy comes back for the chorus. The lead in it, you can really hear the bass playing the same or similar lick. It stands out, in other words. Pantera is known for the bass directly following guitar, which explains why Rex is so fucking good because he had to keep up with Dime. Piss in the Wind. And then Planet Caravan, it's a Black Sabbath cover. It's a cool song. I like
it's
Planet
in between
Caravan.
their two biggest songs, so
yeah, it's it's just a slower kind of spooky song, I guess, kind of thing. Spooky.
it'd be a good Halloween song.
It would, yeah.
Piss.
Yes.
Went out of my way to get the video for this one just based on the name of the song. As expected, it's heavy as fuck, and jerk you off with a sandpapered hand is possibly the best line ever in a beautiful ballad such as this. A song about kicking ass, and in turn, the song kicks ass. That's Piss. Planet Caravan, a Black Sabbath cover, closing out this aggressive of an album almost seems out of place. Not saying it's bad at all, just maybe doesn't fit on this record.
Maybe if they would have covered a more like, Sweet Leaf because they all love pot,
Yeah.
That would have made a little more sense. So really the default win goes to Piss, and Piss is a really cool track.
Yeah, it is. I'd never heard Piss before.
No, I never did either. And I like it's almost a very bouncy, like nu metal-esque riff, like so yeah. Time to tally them up, Bubba.
I think there's a clear-cut winner here, honestly.
I think so, but we're gonna double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Uh-oh.
Oh shit! Do we have a tie?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have a tie. We got to reevaluate the track list.
Yikes! Okay, what was the one we gave it to? The long one, the 7-minute one, Sunken Cheeks.
Hard Lines and Sunken Cheeks
versus Rise, right?
Yeah.
That's the breaker.
I think that's the breaker there
because I mean it was cool, but I definitely liked Rise too. So
I'm good with Rise, man. It's more of a Pantera track, and it just fits that aggro feel. So we got to give it to. That's tough because now people are screaming like, "No way, dude! Far Beyond Driven's way better." Hey, I love Far Beyond Driven. I think it's a cool album. It's got a lot of different elements going on.
Like you said, it's the only album you own.
Yeah, it's the only one I own, and it's not because it's like I won't buy another one. I want the other ones now.
Yeah,
I want Reinventing the Steel and the Great Southern Trendkill.
I'm sure they're all out on vinyl now too.
There's a couple that are a little tougher to get, like as far as price goes.
Yeah.
Like I looked it up the other day, and then we can get off here because I know we got things to do and just stuff.
I've got to finish cooking me dinner.
Reinventing the Steel on vinyl is only 1788, and then Vulgar is like $60. Far Beyond Driven is
Probably worth the $60 though, honestly.
Yeah, $100 for Far Beyond Driven. That's a limited edition white and stronger than blue marbled vinyl.
Ooh.
Calories from Hell is hard. It's like I go off of like if you don't see it on Amazon, if it doesn't show you a prime price, that means it's tougher to get.
Yeah.
You know?
Unless you find somebody on or on eBay that doesn't know what they have.
Exactly.
That's usually what I'm waiting for on stuff like that.
Yep. And that's the best way to shop it for sure, because you might get the original. Cowboys from Hell is $129.99 on Amazon.
Son of a bitch.
So it's definitely more of an eBay thing. But yeah, the one that's clearly available.
I think with them doing the quote unquote reunion tour.
Yeah, yeah.
Don't know how big of a fan I am of that. But I mean, not that I don't like Zach and Charlie, but it's
it's Dime. It's weird because you're taking the Abbotts out of the band,
right?
You know, and doing it again, which I mean, with Rex on bass,
their band though.
And what?
It's kind of their band.
It's kind of their band, yeah. And I think it's just because fans have been begging for it.
Yeah, I get it, but like, you could tour together and play those songs and not call it Pantera, and people would still show up.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It almost feels like they're cashing in on a name that.
I mean, dude,
shouldn't. I don't know. That's me personally, but it's like
it's more of a
you know?
It's like yeah, it's a tribute to those.
And at
guys.
Least they're getting worthy players to be in it.
I mean, dude, Charlie Benanante and Zach, like everybody always said, if Pantera ever reunited, it had to be Zach on guitar.
Yeah.
I don't think there's anybody else you can put on guitar other than because Zach is so fucking good, just like Dime, and he's got
similar
his own style,
but similar.
But similar. It is. He's got his own style, but it's similar. Zach's more of a drop. He's a drop tune player, like drop D or drop C.
Yeah.
Whereas Dime was standard tuning with the slides and all that shit, but the pinch harmonics and stuff kind of right on with that. Except Zach's are more like wee wee, and Dimes are more just like wow,
like a cat.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But Zach's a perfect for Vinny, dude. It's really hard to just be like. It's really hard to pick a drummer that can replace Vinny, but Charlie is dope. I love Anthrax, so like I'm good with it. But when they first said Charlie was going to do it, I was like, Vinny Paul's Vinny Paul though,
right?
You know? And Dime is Dime. Zach Wild's. I don't know. It's tough, but like if they come nearby, I'd love to see it,
dude. I mean, I would go see it because I think it's cool, and I know people. I mean, everything that I've read online about it, Pantera fans are kind of split down the middle about it.
Yeah, some are like, finally.
I know it's tough, and I know that my opinion really doesn't count. Nobody cares about my opinion.
Phil's voice is thrashed, dude. But like now,
I don't know, man. I think it's tough. I think it's a tough way to put that name back out there.
It is. I'm with you. I get the whole like, what do you call it? You know.
Yeah,
a Pantera tribute because they're going to play all Pantera songs, and it's like it's what people have wanted a Pantera reunion. I don't think there'll be another album. I think it's just oh my god, can you imagine if they did an album though? It'd be fucking dope, man.
It would be cool.